Welcome to Every Way Woman, and it's Monday and we are facing our fears and talking about money. And you know, we have such emotions when we talk about money. I was talking to some girlfriends and they were just talking about what kind of a love-hate relationship they have with money, because they love to spend it, but they just hate thinking about it. So Jezlan, I wanted to ask you, do you have a love-hate relationship with your money?
I love my money. I just wish I had more of it.
Absolutely. I didn't think you were going to have a problem with it. What about you guys? Do you feel like with women, it's just something that we need to like get over that fear of it? What do you think, Holli?
Well, I think it depends on how you're looking at it. Are you looking at it from the perspective of retirement and all those end of your,
Absolutely. Those are the things that scare us, right?
Is it like your budget day to day? So the day to day stuff isn't so scary for me, but thinking about my future and who's going to take care of me and am I going to put that burden on me? All of that stuff. I don't even want to think about it. It's like down the road.
Well, is money just like any other relationship that we have, and that we just, let's open the dialogue about relationships and how much it requires us to have good communication when we're talking about money, and just ongoing commitment to have it be successful. And that's, I think, the hardest part. Stacey, what can you tell me about that ongoing commitment that you have to have to your money to make sure you're always moving forward?
Well, I think first of all, you need to know how much you have, right? So you should do that. You should have a budget. You should also be mindful of your expenses. So ATMs and just the small expenses, going to the ATM, picking up Target. I call Target Walmart the $100 stores.
Oh my gosh,
you're going
absolutely.
in to get granola and you walk out with $100, right?
Without
getting
fail.
around it.
Every
Without
time.
fail. So you really need to be mindful of the process, treat it like anything else, and don't take it for granted. That's the first thing I would recommend.
And Cinderella, do you think that money is there still a power struggle with men and women? Is it still a sign of power to have money?
Definitely, money creates power.
You said that very powerfully.
But I think that in terms of the husband and wife maybe battling over that, like, again, it's important to have those values set at the beginning, and to definitely communicate about it. And I think if your core values are the same, then it'll kind of lessen that power struggle, And then if one spouse doesn't decide to work, or one spouse is making more money than the other, then develop a plan or a system that helps them move forward.
What about even just with dating? Let's say if one person is making more than the other, is that always kind of underlying? Is it hard to have a decent conversation because you're thinking, well, am I good enough for this person?
Right. I think that sometimes it does have a problem, because in the times where I look at relationships where women make more money, they're usually how should I phrase it? They're the breadwinner, so it kind of puts a different position on the relationship, where the guy is used to being that, and I think sometimes that's hard for the guy's ego. Sometimes, me personally, from what I've seen, sometimes it works out, but for the majority, I've seen that it kind of struggles because the guy,
But on the flip side of that, I've dated men with a lot of money, and I've almost put my self-worth in how much I have, which I know isn't right, but then I've felt like I don't have enough, because he's giving so much, he's providing so much all the time. I don't have enough to give to even equal that. While I'm so grateful, it really makes me feel less.
I think it's a conversation that you need to start having, because in my situation with my husband and I make more money than he does. So I have to be mindful of that I don't emasculate him, right? And what we do is we combine our money. So it's not I make this and he makes that, it's we make. And that's a concept that you need to talk about in the begining, right?
I agree.
As long as that's not ever held over anyone's head.
Right.
Well, honestly,
that's the key.
Honestly, even as in a new relationship, I made sure, my husband's always, we started out making about the same money, but, he skyrocketed a lot farther than me. But I always made sure in my mind to tell me, it's not my self-worth. The money I have does not define me. I'm so much more than how much money I make.
I agree.
Who knows what I'm going to make, a year from now, the show, take it off, all of that.
Yeah.
But who knows? But it does not define me. I am a person without my bank account.
Right.
What do you think about that, Stacey?
But we'll talk about that another time, because I would say a lot. But
We'll keep that on another conversation. We'll be right back with more.
And more money.